This is a very important message for any of the Eastern Europeans watching.
So both Engin Terzi and Devon Larratt have made videos today readdressing this situation going on right now. So I can summarize that pretty well. But also on this podcast, The Fix, Devon hops on and he basically has a message for the Eastern Europeans given the situation going on right now. So let's listen.
About that, and I said, oh, that's not great. And he said, well, funnily enough, I don't want that. I don't want any of the, and this is a very important message for any of the Eastern Europeans watching to get this message. Engin himself told me he is not interested in that.
And he's referring to Eastern Europeans, them boycotting East versus West and not arm wrestling if Engin is not involved, which it seems like Engin has been at the forefront of, you could say, manipulating or being their leader, where the Eastern Europeans, they don't even want to participate if he's not involved for whatever reason that might be.
He said that
maybe he should tell people. Maybe he should stop telling people that I worship the devil and I'm going to influence the league. You know, like maybe he should do that. You know, maybe what he do is stop telling people that I run and manage the league and I'm influencing the rules. Maybe that would be a nice step.
Yeah, and it is
100%. So if anything was revealed today from Engin and Devon's video, it's that they had a falling out in the hotel where they were basically cursing at each other, and then they made up that same night. They went for a walk and had a deep conversation and were talking to each other and hugging. But basically, they had a pretty significant falling out, and those two personalities clashing. Like, even if they're not friends, and one thing that was also said in this podcast, even if Devon and Engin are not friends, there's no reason that there shouldn't be arm wrestling events every 6 weeks, and there's no reason that other athletes should be boycotting the promotion just because of two strong, passionate individuals who have a problem with each other. Like, they don't have to be friends. I thought that was a good point, you know.
Important that the Eastern Europeans get that message, that apparently Engin doesn't want that, and he doesn't want them not wrestle. Because if that's the case, then he doesn't want it to blow up. So outside of the fact that you guys are oil and water, always going to be, nobody cares, you don't care, he doesn't care.
I don't care.
So, yeah,
why,
exactly.
Why would anybody care?
So that can crack on. It doesn't matter. It's not. Yeah. That's been like that for a while now, and we've had some amazing events during that period of time.
We've had many successful events.
Correct.
Engin and I haven't gone along in a while. We've had many successful events. We've gone on lives with Engin when we don't talk.
Now that, Devon, if you want...
Yeah, so it's clear that the personal relationship between them is not good, but that shouldn't be a reason for there not being events or for other athletes boycotting the league entirely just because of a problem in their personal relationship there. Now, I want to read some of these polls that I put up. Do you think Engin is trying to sabotage the sport of arm wrestling? Yes, because jealousy of Devon's influence and their personal relationship, their problems, 55%. 15% no, he wants what's best for the sport. 30% don't really know what's going on right now. And then I put up the same poll for Devon just to see people's reaction. Yes, he wants to manipulate the rules, etc. 15%. We got 71% say no, he wants what's best for the sport. Also, who do you trust more to lead East versus West in a direction that's best for all the athletes and fans as a whole? And pretty overwhelming majority for Robert. I could have put an option on the poll for them, you know, still working together, but that was the result there. Another thing that's pretty important to discuss is that Devon, in his recent video, based on the information he knows behind the scenes, which as he says, he doesn't make the decisions, but this was his quote. He personally doesn't think that event in Baku will happen because we're basically 4 weeks out and nothing has been announced yet, which is quite crazy. So everything's still up in the air. I hope everything just gets resolved and we know when there's going to be a next event, you know, regardless of, obviously, Devon and Engin have their personal problems and whatnot. But yeah, it would be nice to move forward. Just wanted to summarize that for some of you guys if you haven't been paying close attention to all those videos. Leave a like and comments, and I'll be back with some more videos.